Hey there, today I wanted to talk about BTR since we had the new BTR reset and go over BTR a little bit. I actually felt like this BTR was easier than the last one, but the last one I did also did not have an active BTR buff, which made it a lot harder than before. We are starting from floor 8 just like last time, and I'm gonna be doing no limited characters as always on my old account. This is the setup I use for floor 8, and this is the enemies. Honestly, the ghostly kites were slightly annoying, but the empty shells are easy as always. Honestly, the ghostly kite felt like it wasn't really that easy to group with Sakiri, but I made it all work out. And you can see the monster weakness is Psychic and Lakshana, so it's not optimal for a free-to-play comp this time around. This time we have a Baishang here in the first stage and then Chiss in the second stage. Obviously, if you do want to swap the team around on floor 8, you can push Shinku on stage 1 and you can put Hattori Blossom team on stage 1. You can put Lacrimosa and Chaos on stage 2. Then for stage 9, we have Baishang on stage 1. You can also put the Blossom team here. And then on the bottom you can put Shinku, Chaos, and you can put Lacrimosa on either one if you want. We have the Garudas and we have the Noros, which they're not too bad. The Garudas are annoying because they're ranged, and so is Noros, so make sure you group them properly, but it wasn't too hard. 10th floor, which honestly wasn't that bad either. This was pretty fine as well. On stage 1 you wanna put Cosmo or Chaos, so we're gonna put Lacrimosa or Shinku or Chiss here. And for the other stage you wanna put Chaos, you can put Baishang, you can put the Blossom team down here as well. You can put Blossom team on the first one as well for Hattori to do a little bit of extra damage, but it's better to put it down here if you're using one of the other elements that works on the first floor. As you can see here, floor 10 is when I start to use buffs. Attack buff is pretty good. I think I might change the attack buff to the yellow buff for floor 10 in the future, but I'm not sure about that. Then we have the other buff here, the HP buff for the chess team. The enemies are pretty easy. Scarlet Phantom can be a bit annoying to group, but they're usually not too bad. It's just that the charge can really make them spread apart. And then we have the boss, which are obviously a pretty easy boss. Then for floor 11, which is gonna be the hardest floor in my opinion, I use solo buff on Chiss, and then I use this one here, buff for Baishang. Of course, we have the rock spawns, which are kind of annoying. You can't group the rock spawns, they kind of just run wherever they want. And then Tomato Jelly is a pretty annoying boss as well to deal with. But you can put Lacrimosa or Chaos on the bottom team. And you can put Shinku and Blossom team on the top if you want, and it shouldn't be too hard. I think this was the hardest floor mainly because I have Chiss solo in here and it's not ideal for Chiss solo, but it was more ideal than the other floors. So 11 was the hardest floor in my opinion, probably because of the buffs. Floor 12 were not that hard. You can put on the bottom section, you can put Lacrimosa, Chaos and Baisha. And then on the top one you can obviously put Chiss, Blossom and Shinku again. This is where I like to use the best buff, which is the Cosmo damage and the Team Incantation damage. I think these are the best buffs, even though they're cheap, they are better than the yellow buffs in my opinion. You have Tehe Bear, which is actually a really annoying boss, but then on the second stage you have a free boss. So all in all, I think this BTR is pretty easy. You also have the Eternal Flame buff over here, which just gives 30% attack whenever you ult, so it can be used on every single team, which also makes this BTR a lot easier than normal. Anyway, that's everything for the BTR video. I will cue the gameplay after this. Let me know if you'd want me to voice over the gameplay instead of the stages, or if you prefer the gameplay separated from the voiceovers. Let me know in the comments down below so I can improve my BTR videos for the future. Anyway, see you next time.
I'd say I've seen it all. I'm born in the darkest hour. I've got a scar-shaped flower tattooed on my shoulder. Reminds me of the beauty that exists no longer. Don't let your weakness show. My brother told me so. They smell a mouse away, so I left my fears at the doors. I step into the new world. Let my blood die, the river red won't even shiver when you come for me. I don't need a savior, I need a fighter. We will fight with dignity. I see fire burning in your eyes, that's how I know that you'll be here for me. It's for the brave ones and all the lost ones, come with me. A new world's waiting. Walk right into the night. Don't stop till you see the light. We stride with our head held high. Show them what we're made of. Blood, sweat, and tears, plus a bit of love. Wars often romanticized. Young bloods won't be asking why. I never fight to win, I fight to defend the honor of the ones I love and respect. I know exactly what we're searching for is real. The land is beautiful beyond imagination. Let my blood die, the river red won't even shiver when you come for me. I don't need a savior, I need a fighter. We will fight with dignity. I see fire burning in your eyes, that's how I know that you'll be here for me. It's for the brave ones and all the lost ones, come with me. Let my blood die, the river red won't even shiver when you come for me. Don't need a savior, I need a fighter. We will fight with dignity. I see fire burning in your eyes, that's how I know that you'll be here for me. It's for the brave ones and all the lost ones, come with me. A new world waiting. Isn't it so incredible? We're here sharing the same time and space. In your eyes, the sparks look like thousands of bright stars. I have gazed at for thousands of time, and they all sweet just take flight. With the truth to be your guiding light, let your curiosity set your spirit free and well like fire. If a lonely night's a price to see,
it's too late to begin again. I keep looping back to the very end. Knees sinking deeper, but I'll revive. All of the pain brings me back online. The wolves at the front door welcome them in. There's tales of a hero beneath your skin. This time around you I may fall, but no doubt in your mind you have my all. I couldn't run from the fight of my life. I couldn't be your broken blade in a fist fight. Sharper the pen, yeah, the sharper the knife. All I know is divine. I'm remade, I reignite. Just shut out the voices inside your head. I'll reach out and take you back from the edge. The battle is calling us to our graves beneath the waves, but we fight back to the ending, no ending in sight. Yeah, I got you in my sights, oh, I'm coming for ya, coming for ya. Chaos on my mind, yeah. Built in the struggle, the war wages on, yeah. We keep fighting until we're all that right rise. There's no life left to rise. I couldn't run from the fight of my life. I couldn't be your broken blade in the fist fight. Sharper the pen, yeah, the sharper the knife. All I know is divine. I'm remade, I reignite. This time greatness is upon us. We're standing alive. I'll turn my back to the darkness. Reignite! I couldn't run from the fight of my life. I couldn't be your broken blade in the fist fight. Sharper the pen, yeah, the sharper the knife. All I know is divine. I'm remade, I reignite. Oh, remade, I reignite. Don't say it's too late to begin again. I keep looping back to the very end. Knees sinking deeper, but I'll revive. All of the pain brings me back online. The wolves at the front door welcome them in. There's tales of a hero beneath your skin. This time around you I may fall, but no doubt in your mind you have my all. I couldn't run from the fight of my life. I couldn't be your broken blade in a fist fight. Sharper the pen, yeah, the sharper the knife. All I know is divine. I'm remade, I reignite. Just shut out the voices inside your head. I'll reach out and take you back from the edge. The battle is calling us to to the ending, no ending in sight. Yeah, I got you in my sights, so I'm coming for ya, chaos on my mind, yeah. Built in the struggle, the war wages on, yeah. We keep fighting until we're all there, right? There's no life left to rise. I couldn't run from the fight of my life. I couldn't be a broken blade in the fist fight. Sharper the pen, yeah, the sharper the knife. All I know is divide. I'm remade, I reignite. This time greatness is upon us. We're standing alive. I'll turn my back to the darkness. Right, right, right. I couldn't run from the fight of my life. I couldn't be a broken blade in the fist fight. Sharper the pen, yeah, the sharper the knife. All I know is divide. I'm remade, I reignite. Oh,
try.